What's good? It is Sam here, and today is day number 30 since I decided to do real estate wholesaling in South Carolina. And I wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm doing to just maximize the opportunity that is available out there. And that doesn't just mean with wholesaling, there's other ways to use what you're doing in wholesaling to make other streams of income available to you at the same exact time. Now, I've already been doing this with affiliate links and YouTube and other sources of income, but I just wanted to talk more specifically related to wholesaling and the opportunities available there. So with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it is good to freaking see you. Let's get into it. So 30 days ago, I decided to get into real estate wholesaling in South Carolina. Maybe think this is a crazy time to get into real estate wholesaling. However, if you think back at any time in history where people are acting, there's a lot of panic and there's a lot of chaos happening in the market. Those two things represent opportunity. There's millions of small restaurants across the country and other small businesses where they had to close their doors. And a lot of them are not going to be ever opening their doors again. So that's just one example of many, many other examples. You could look at Tesla stock. Fundamentally, nothing's changed in their business associated with this. What you might want to be concerned about is GM and Ford and Toyota and VW and all these other brands that are not going in the direction of the future, who have huge issues, other issues associated with them. And the Tesla stock's dropping at a similar rate as like the airline industry. And the airline industry is getting fucked, but the auto industry, especially Tesla, is not. So there's opportunities if you just open up your eyes and continually look for those opportunities every single day. So one of the things that I'm doing is documenting what I'm doing through real estate wholesaling here on YouTube and how to take advantage of that, because this has been 30 days and I have one contract that is probably going to expire and worthless. And I put about $100 down to lock it up. So it's not going to be, I probably won't get that $100 back. I'm going to try, but I'm not sure if I will get that back. But just assume that I didn't, right? So then that cost me $100. But that process is almost like that $100 was the investment or the opportunity to learn through the process. And that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of making additional income, because the additional income comes in the form of like additional dollars that come in, but also from the learnings that you go through in the process, or what we like to call life. And the more experiences that you can have and the faster that you can have those, and without burning yourself out and causing chaos and still being able to move forward, the more quickly you'll be able to learn. So the faster that I can learn, the faster I can move forward. Just very briefly on that. And through that process of documenting what I'm doing on YouTube, I'm also writing the written word down on a blog, but I started a book, so I just shifted that to the blog so that it can be up online as it is. Then push all that together into a book so that I can have a book to write, a book to put together. Now, what is the book going to do in terms of the income? Well, it's not necessarily going to affect the income directly, right? So say if you get 50 cents a book or $1 a book in terms of profit, and you sell a couple thousand of them. Yes, that is valuable, but that couple thousand of them might be stretched out over 6 months or over a year. So depending on how that is laid out is really what's going to be the issue. But what really that does is provides authority, which is going to give me the opportunity to make more money and put myself in the place to make more money. If I show up to a networking event, you show up to a networking event, we go talk to the same person, and you hand that person a business card that is going to inevitably end up in their pocket, in the dryer, in the wash, in the trash, in the top drawer of their desk as a toothpick, and then in the trash. When I show up and I give that person a book, the book is going to have way more impact, whether it is uh, this doesn't matter. It's just going to have way more impact. The value associated with somebody who is an author versus the value associated with somebody who has a business card, there's a tremendous discrepancy in those two things. And playing in that delta gives you that opportunity to make more money. And the next couple things I wanted to talk about were actually directly supplying those money. Because the first one maybe is a little bit more abstract, right? The investment into trying new things and experiencing new things more quickly, right? The $100 that I might potentially lose on the contract allowed me to experience what it was actually like. I got that in 6 days on the 6th day of doing real estate wholesaling. So 6 days in to get a contract is tremendously fast. And even though it may or may not sell, I've got about a week left. If it does not, and I don't get that $100 back, I still was able to go through that whole entire process. I've probably met 100+ people through this process, whether digitally or in person, and learned so much more about what actually takes place and how everything works, that I was able to grow tremendously as a person. So that is going to provide me more income in the future, right? That's much more abstract. Then we moved on to the next step in that process, which was a little bit more closely to actually getting the income through a book, right? But that's more, it's going to take time. It's going to take longer time to do that. Don't know how much, maybe it's only 50 cents a copy of a book, and you sell 10,000 copies over the course of 5 years, right? So it's not necessarily a tremendous amount of money that could be coming in, but could be, another 100 or 200 a month potentially. But in reality, the authority that gives me in transactions, or to be the person, instead of in the audience at a networking event, to be the person on the stage, because people believe that the authority of having a book would allow me to at least people to believe that I have some understanding of what the fuck I'm talking about. This gives me the opportunity to stay on the stage, and then instead of having a one-on-one for networking, I can have 1 to 50 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 1,000. So that gives me tremendous more authority to be able to have an opportunity to get more money, right? But now we want to talk about what actually is going to provide more money right now. And if you look down at the link in the description, there's a link for the website template that I use. It's Investor Carrot. It's super easy. I use it personally for my business. Very easy to set up. I also use their premium feature, which is like gives you articles to have pre-written every single month, 12 of them, so you can publish and rank better on Google for SEO purposes. Basically, if you look at the data, something like above 70% of all web traffic from Google comes just from that first page. Most of people don't click to the second page because Google's really, really good. So if you can rank well on that first page, you're going to have more traffic. So these articles are already tailored to this. This is a company that I currently work with. It's a company that I like. They're closed on the weekend, and I still received an email back from last night at 11:30 when I was trying to work something out on the website, and I saw them a help email, and I got the notification back that they're not open. I still received an email back, and it says, hey, we're not open today, but I just wanted to let you know this is the answer to your question. Like, the service for them is awesome. The product is awesome. It's super easy to use. And so that link is an affiliate link, meaning if somebody goes over and has the need to do this, it works for real estate agents, wholesalers, and I think a few other companies or industries or type of roles within industries that can be used for it. It's just the website's actually pre-optimized for real estate wholesaling. So you pick the template that is pre-optimized for click-through, meaning like a landing page to capture their information, and to use that, to using something where it's already optimized to capture the information. Super easy to use, great customer service. I could promote something like that, right? So that's what that link in the description is. If you had the need and you went over and you signed up, then I would get something out of that. So if I'm already going through the process of documenting what I'm doing through written word and through the videos here, I can use that link on these videos as I talk about it on Facebook, on medium.com. There's links for a lot of this down below in the description, or over on Instagram. I can put this out there so that, say you get one person a month to sign up for this affiliate. It's a reoccurring thing. And so say if it's, I think that you get 25% of the first thing, the first in the range you can get of 25% of a sale is between like 12 bucks and like 25 bucks. So say if you got, you know, $18, right? And $18, you get one person in 1 month. I mean, it's, you get that $18 next month as long as there's still a customer. So you're going to have some type of attrition, but hopefully the people who are using my affiliate link are actually going to put in the work to be successful and do whatever it takes to move their needle forward and to come out of all this craziness that's happening in the world as a better person, as a better version than what they went into, as the person who is the leader that they want to be, who is taking the responsibility in their life to create what they want in their life. So hopefully there's not a ton of attrition. Like, don't fucking use it if you're not actually going to follow through. You're just going to fucking waste your money, and I don't want anybody to do stupid shit that they shouldn't be doing. But if the next link down below is the same thing for batch skip tracing, which is the company that I'm currently trying to use for my batch skip tracing, and I try to use it this weekend, but it's been highly recommended in multiple different avenues that I've seen, so this is the company I chose to go with. And the reason I switched from using somebody in Pakistan, even though it is cheaper, is because the quality associated with that is not the same in terms of, just from example, from one batch script trace to the second, there's a bunch of information that is missing. So you get email addresses and phone numbers, and then you get a mailing address that could be different than the property address that you say have for Driving for Dollars or whatever list you pulled. And there's no, out of 100 addresses, there's no people who have other addresses. That's no, and the guy just said he didn't do it. So the quality is something that I want all the time, and I don't want to have to even think about it, and that's why we're switching to this batch skip tracing, which is, again, it's an affiliate link, so I don't know the breakdown for the numbers on that one specifically, but that is the company we're trying to use. And I tried to skip trace today. The smallest batch you can do is like 50, and I think it's like 20 cents to get it traced. Basically, then once you have those, you just call them and just be like, hey, you want to sell, bro? Hey, you want to sell? You know, and that kind of thing. And you can use a text message campaign. So once I have the text message campaign, and if they have affiliate link, I think I'll put that down below. All these things will provide additional sources of income. Maybe initially it's very small. However, as that continues to grow, all of these little pieces together continue to build upon each other, and you get this snowballing effect as time goes on, as momentum builds through everything. So if you want to follow along with that, Jenny, I'm going to have it tell you how much I'm making with the wholesaling deals, with what I'm doing with the affiliate link. So make sure you press that subscribe button, and I will tell you exactly what I'm doing. And we'll move forward from there. I'm sure that I'm going to be having other ideas that I'm going to be adding to this that are going to be providing additional income, whether that's coaching, whether that's a course, whether that's rental properties. Definitely going to be getting rental properties. I just don't know when, kind of thing. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know down below in the comment section. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.